The puppy is biting my toes right now. No. No. Phew. So it's been 2 weeks as of 2 days ago that I've been deathly ill. And the whole process has been really scary and unpredictable and horrifying. No! But I'm starting to finally like clear out the phlegm in a major way. And that feels good, even though it's scary. So, sorry, I'm distracted. Mimi, ya boo boo. But I can play with Mimi and can't run around with her on the grass yet, but she's very hyper. But she goes out on the grass in the daytime and plays, and Bunny was running around with her earlier, which was really cute. And we're staying at home a lot, which is really nice actually. And I've been getting up around, before basically for 2 weeks I was getting up at 10:30 after having been getting up at 6:30 a.m. every day for quite a long time. No! Good girl. And I'm really missing getting up early and having my run and my run walk joggy thing that I do that takes me really long distances. No! Into parts of Ubud I've never seen before. I'm missing that. But I'll get into it again. My lungs are not well enough, and I'm still on the medication. I'm still on these medications to help me clear out the phlegm and kill all these. That was good, and kill all of these things that have been invading my lungs for so long. This is a illness that I'm pretty sure I thought I was going to die from. I was really in this position of thinking one morning Thoth would come home from his workout or his walkabout and find me dead in the bed. Not kidding, it was really that bad. So that's been a trip and a half. And then a lot of the times, a lot of the medicine I have had to take, like cough syrup and what else? What are the other things I've taken that made me trip out, Bunny? One was a stimulant drug that was making me trip out, and yeah, like I was hallucinating really heavily. And of course, I don't really know how to take medicine because I don't take medicine, and which is kind of my problem. So I took the cough medicine initially, and I just took like 3 huge over a day, over a really short period of time, like over a maybe 7-8 hour period. I took like 3 big gulps of it without really looking at how much I was drinking. And that was after maybe 5 days of being ill, because I was just so desperate to get well again that I just wanted to take whatever I needed to take to get better. So of course I overdosed on it, and I was like hallucinating, and it was really ugly experience, and I was really scared for a while. So so there was definitely this association with like the only way to get better is then I have to hallucinate and have these scary visions and stuff, which isn't true. It's just that I was overdosing on this stuff. So it was really scary though, and I didn't really understand what was going on at all either. So, and then taking the medicine from the doctor also was making me trip balls a lot too. Not because I was taking too much, just because I was so, not used to being induced with all of this medicine. And I had to stop taking one because it was making me really flip out. And I'd get in bed and I'd hear stuff and I'd see stuff, and I had the biggest freak out cry I've had in a long, long time. So let me go check on you. Lick the toes. That's nice. Just adding little remarks here and there. But like me shaving my head, me doing this thing with my hair, has been extremely liberating, actually. And like, I haven't been able to sing in, 2 weeks or something. Haven't been able to play violin or do music or anything creative. And I really wasn't able to draw until just the last couple of days. And I recently finished this one. That is thought. Bunny says that it's the disease. It's the illness that attacked me. This is kind of like my representation of it, I guess. All the little creatures looking at it. I started this one like right before I got sick, and then I couldn't work on it for probably a week and a half, and then I was able to start working on it again a few days ago. So, beep, 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 beep. Bunny, can you make her bed a little more comfortable so she can get in her bed? Why not? Why not?
She doesn't need babying as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, she does. So, and Mimi's my little baby. So, it's been really tough. It was really hard to let go of my workout regimen, because right before I got sick, I was running every morning for 2 hours everywhere, and just having the most incredible experience out on my own. Jubu. Jubu. Neat. No. 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 Mimi. What you doing? So that was really hard to let go of, because it's really, I actually, a few weeks before I got sick, I insisted to Bunny that we go out for a walk, and because I was like, oh, it's so beautiful here, you need to see stuff and like see the world here. And he was all grumpy. We went out one day and he was really grumpy, actually on his birthday. Went on his birthday, on his 70th birthday, and to just walk around, and he was walking with his hands behind his back, and just really like almost deciding not to enjoy himself or something. And I just let him have his experience. And we walked silently together, and it was actually really nice. But that was a few weeks before I started getting ill. And so I had to stop doing my walk. And then Bunny started doing his own morning walk, which has been really nice for him. He gets dressed in his little yellow dress, which I got him in Puerto Vallarta, his cute little yellow dress that he absolutely adores. That's like a little monk's uniform. And Mimi, come on, honey. Don't bite me.
It's funny how you're talking about me.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
So that's been really nice for him to go out and do his morning walk. And ever since I've been sick, I haven't been able to go out. So he's doing his own thing, and then I'm probably sleeping I'm still sleeping by the time he gets up. And then he tells me about all of his adventures, which has been really interesting. He'll tell me, how he sang in these places, or danced in these places, or had these kind of interactions with local people, which is amazing. And it makes me sad that I'm not able to film it. But anyway, so I'm really hoping that I'll be able to get back into my walk, running, jogging thing soon. I'm definitely feeling a lot better, like I'm feeling like myself again. I'm, dressing up and doing my hair and makeup and costuming and everything. And I'm really wanting to go to a fabric shop and a, you know, a little places to get little trinkets and a little craft store so we can like go get a bunch of things to make stuff again. It's kind of hard to find that in Bali because because craft shops are not as common as places like Thailand. That's something we loved about being in Thailand is they had so many amazing craft stores where you can just go in and get tons of little pom-poms and amazing little fun things to sew together. And I need a sewing machine as well. I would really want to get a sewing machine so I can start making clothes again. So I'm feeling really inspired. I've been listening to a lot of old music that I haven't heard in a long time, making like lists of music that I want to hear, which is really fun. The other day I listened to Cirque du Soleil, I listened to Alegria and La Nuba, the old versions from the 1990s that I love. Music is so amazing. That's why they became so successful, is because of their music. Very inspiring. Yeah, so that's nice for me. And I'm dancing, like whenever I get inspired, I'll dance around the living room and but we're just having quiet days these days, and then we go out to a nice dinner together in the sunset, and the sunset is so beautiful. This medicine is making me really itchy, which is really irritating. I don't know why that is. I've had a lot of weird side effects from this medicine, least of which has been feeling itchy and but I'm still coughing. I'm still hacking out my lungs a lot, just not as horribly as you know, in the way that where I can't sleep. I'm really grateful that I'm able to actually go to sleep and sleep throughout the night. And Bunny can sleep too. He has his own little bed on the floor, and he's able to actually sleep through the night, and so can I, because I'm not hacking my lungs out. And sleeping isn't this horrifying, nightmarish thing anymore, too. Like, basically for 2 whole weeks, going to sleep was like the most horrifying, nightmarishly scary thing ever, because getting into bed meant I was gonna hack my lungs out. Because basically when I was lying flat, lying down, my lungs would start filling with liquid. So, and then I would just cough and cough and cough until I was choking. And that would go on, you know, I'd have to let myself kind of choke for like an hour before I could actually fall asleep. And then I'd wake up in the middle of the night hallucinating on this medicine. And also when I was going to sleep, I was also hallucinating too. So it would be really scary. And if the lights were turned off or something, I'd wake up and from a bad dream and I'd hear a voice or somebody say something to me. Like I was having these dreams of like a witch was telling me all of these ingredients I needed to get better. And one of the things they were saying is like, you need Thoth's fingernails. Give me his fingernails, and then you will put them in the pot, and he'll get better. And I woke up hearing fingernails, 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 you know. So it was the most terrifying, and I didn't know where I was. I was just like totally out of my mind, off my rocker. And so that was really, really scary, and it scared Thoth too because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I had a couple bouts of the slow and fast feeling, which is something that I can't explain other than it's like the beginnings of a bad trip without me being on, well, I've had experiences of having the slow and fast feeling when when I'm not on drugs. And I tripped accidentally once on a marijuana gummy when we were in Puerto Vallarta, and I got really high. I had no idea I was going to get high, and Bunny had to take care of me and watch over me. And I saw this most incredible sunset with a pink unicorn fighting a red dragon, and the dragon killed the unicorn, and it was basically all a painted image in front of my eyes, which was just incredibly beautiful and so real. I was seeing like the flowers and the birds and the boats all aligning, like God had put everything there. And I was like looking around going, are people seeing this? This is like what we see every day, and we're completely numb to it or something. That was the end of the trip, and before that I was like seeing shapes in the ceiling. There were these indented blocks of black in the ceiling where I was trying to rest while I was high, and the light from the cars was going over these black indented blocks, and I was seeing all of these geometric patterns, which was just incredibly amazing. I'd never been high in my life, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And Bunny came upstairs to check on me, and I looked at him, and his head looked like a planet, looked like the Earth, and there were like all these little trees and houses and people walking all around his head. And I was laughing hysterically because it was just so fucking, he looked like a cartoon character. It was so fucking hysterical. And so that was my only experience being high, and I never want to experience it ever again because I was completely out of control of my body and my mind, and I thought I'd fucked my mind up and destroyed myself forever, because basically for like 24 hours after that I was still hallucinating. When I went to bed, I was like seeing geometric shapes in my closed eyes, so I couldn't really sleep. And the next day when I was working out upstairs on the pool, I was seeing things out of the corner of my eyes, and it was really scary and weird. Mimi, that came my toes. What are you doing? What are you doing, baby? So, no, honey. So that was, yeah, so I've tripped a few times, and that slow and fast feeling is, it's like the beginnings of a bad trip. That's kind of what it feels like. And it's really scary. And it's the most scary because when I focus on it, you know, when he was having the other night, he was getting up in the middle of the night and having to like tell stories and tell jokes and stuff. And Mimi's jumping around on the floor, and we're here, and everything's happy, fun, and she's dyed pink, and it was just making up jokes and stuff to make me distract me from this feeling, which really helped. He's been around me a few times when I've had this feeling happen. Like maybe 15 years ago was the last time, 7 years ago. Had a really bad attack of slow and fast feeling, and when we were in San Diego, actually, I woke up out of bed and was just hyperventilating and crying, and then another time when we were in San Francisco, I was with our friend John Gilmore. I went downstairs and just told him, John, I'm having this slow and fast feeling, I'm really scared. I feel like everything's falling apart, and he's a man who's really skilled at bringing people down from bad trips. That's one of his major skills that he's developed. He's a major advocate for LSD and stuff. So he helped basically calm me down from this bad trip experience. He's like, you're fine, we're here, nothing's wrong, everything's okay, you're safe, I'm here, you're here. And it calmed me down, and that's what basically people have to do when I go through this. So yeah, I've had some bad trip experiences, not even being on drugs. And so I know that I have a history from my mother. My mother did like 100 hits of LSD before she conceived me. And I'm one to wonder if she did, lots of hits while we were in the womb, possibly, like she did it behind closed doors or something, that she hid it somehow, because she hid her drinking until she was on her deathbed. She was hiding bottles of alcohol everywhere. So I have no doubt that she was somehow hiding doing LSD, because LSD I don't think it's addicting, but I think it's dangerously, you can get very used to doing it, and you do it and you just think it's kind of a normal thing to do. So I'm pretty sure that my mom somehow had a lot of LSD in her system when she had us, somehow. So I've always had to be really careful about intake of substances, because I think I have that in me without actually being a person who does any drugs. I know people look at me and think that I'm a big druggie, or I must do lots of drugs and have sex and stuff, and I don't do anything. I don't have sex, I don't drink, I don't have drugs, I'm nothing, because I have a family history of alcoholism and codependency and drug addiction and bipolar disorder and depression and all this stuff. So I'm not even going to risk it. But you can actually see from my art. Let me show you. Yeah, so like you can kind of see how my art is very trippy. See? See? And I don't do any drugs, so I'm sure I have it in me, right, Mimi?